उग्रवादियों की आवाजाही की सूचना मिली थी। इसके आधार पर सेना के 21 पैरा कमांडो के एक दस्ते ने दिनांक 4/12/2021 की शाम को संदिग्ध क्षेत्र में एम्बुश लगाया था। एम्बुश के दौरान एक वाहन एम्बुश के स्थान के समीप पहुंचा। उसे रुकने का इशारा और प्रयास किया गया। रुकने की बजाय वाहन द्वारा उस जगह से तेजी से निकलने का प्रयास किया गया, जिसके उपरांत इस आशंका पर कि वाहन में संदिग्ध विद्रोही जा रहे थे, वाहन पर गोली चलाई गई, जिससे वाहन में सवार 8 व्यक्तियों में से 6 व्यक्तियों की मृत्यु हुई। बाद में ये गलत पहचान का मामला पाया गया।
This is what the Union Home Minister said in the Parliament less than 48 hours of the December 4 massacre. The part where he said that the vehicle was signaled to stop but it tried to flee attracted wide condemnation and resentment from across the northeastern region. So we decided to travel to Oting and find out the true picture of what happened on the fateful days of December 4 and 5.
First day 3 baji atha nishina ke mari se de dekhen
আমি মুরা ফেস বি দেখি পোৱা নাই
খাকি ড্রেস লাগাই কিনে খাৰা কৰা খানকি বি মাৰিবলৈ আহি আছে
আমাৰ উটিং বস্তি যাতে কুছা উঠাৰো it's very right, it's very justifiable.
Graveyards are also very peaceful, but that is not what we are looking for.
It is our right to demand for the repeal of AFSPA.
On December 6, the people of Mon district buried 14 coffins. Close to 1,000 people gathered to mourn the death of the innocent civilians. Those who died were all young men in their teens, 20s and 30s. These are the coal mines at Oting village in Nagaland's Mon district, where the 6 coal miners who were massacred on December 4 used to work. With Christmas approaching, many from the village tirelessly work at the coal mines so they could buy gifts for their family members.
Idu khando tiru de coal mine de jado tahan dumping waste mane mohan open mining करे तादे माटी फेला टाइम दे तारे कुन पार्ट ते इदु कल फासी केना थाके उदुखान फेला टाइम दे ताहान इदु कलेक्ट करे इदुखान जामा करि केना ताहान इदु बिक्री करे स्पेशली इदु क्रिसमास आगि दे बिसि मानु जाय इदु अथाबले इदे क्रिसमास लगा आगि आवा कारणे बिसि मानु सब कमप्लीट बुस्ती जा निसना इनेका जाय केना इदु इनेका ठीक टाइम दे आसे दिया আৰু ইদু পিছিতে অলপ গেপ থাকিব ইদু পিছিতে আৰু কিতে এডমিশন টাইম হ'ব ইদু টাইমতে আৰু ইদু হল বুস্তি যা নিচিনা জায়গা না আৰু ইদু অথাই স্কুল এডমিশন বাচ্চাখান লাগা এডমিশন টাইম পুংজি তেতিয়া ইদু নিজৰ লাগা মা বাবা খান লো বাচ্চাখান এডমিশন কৰিবলৈ কাৰণে তাতে জায়গা না কল অথাই
On December 4, 8 miners left the coal mines to spend the weekend with their families. 6 of them were gunned down by personnel from the Assam Rifles in what was supposed to be an ambush for militants. The other 2 miners were critically injured in the firing. Days later, the situation in Mon continues to be tense. Blood stains are still visible on the spot where the first incident took place. Manpai Konyak, the village guard, was among the first responders. Manpai walked us through what happened on the fateful evening of December 4.
एम्बुश बैठा हुआ है ये लोग जवान लोग वहाँ बैठा हुआ है और यहाँ में भी बैठा हुआ है। यहाँ में इसमें एम्पुस ले करके अपना बच्चे लोग को मार दिया। देखो गाड़ी कितना दूर में है, एकदम सामने में है। बोलता है कि सिग्नल दिया नहीं रुका है, इसलिए फायरिंग किया है। अरे अपना बच्चे लोग तो अंडरग्राउंड का आदमी नहीं है, इतना अच्छा आदमी लोग है, इसको मार दिया है। हम लोग झूठ नहीं बोलेगा, झूठ बोलने से तो क्या मिलेगा हम लोग को, हम लोग तो सच बोल करके मरेगा। यहाँ में गेट एक थू भी नहीं है। जितना भी आदमी लोग आता है देखा है, जितना भी साहब लोग है, गरीब लोग है देखा है, ये रूट है सिंगल, यहाँ में गेट नहीं है और सिग्नल भी नहीं दिया है। देखो गाड़ी में गोली का दागी में देखो, सच है ना झूठ है। यहाँ में भी पंखर है, वहाँ में भी है, वो ऊपर में भी है। ऐसे करके मार दिया है। और फिर डेड बॉडी वहाँ नहीं है। हम लोग इधर गया, कहाँ गया, हम लोग का बच्चे लोग कहाँ ले गया। तो वहाँ गाड़ी देखा, आदमी को भी वहाँ देखा। हम लोग बाइक से आया हुआ है, आगे जा करके रुका हुआ है। इन लोग को देखो गाड़ी वहाँ है, आदमी भी वहाँ में मिलता है। हम लोग पूछता है, यहाँ का आदमी को पूछता था, हम लोग का छोकरा लोग कहाँ गए, अब ना बच्चे लोग कहाँ गया, कहाँ ले गया, पूछता है। ये लोग हम लोग को नहीं मिलता है, नहीं देखा है, ऐसे बोलता है। तो फिर भी यहाँ में भी आदमी तो नहीं मिला था, वहाँ में मिला था, वहाँ में मिला था। पूछताछ करके नहीं है, नहीं देखा है, कहाँ गया मालूम नहीं है, बोलते बोलते टाइम तो पार हो गया। इसके बाद क्या हो गया, छोकरा लोग ने एक गाड़ी का अंदर में छुपा हुआ था, वो आदमी को मिल गया। या अचंग क्या
The horror was not over yet. Hours later, and about 100 meters away from where the first incident took place, 7 more civilians of Oting village were killed after they had found the bodies of the coal miners, while the army was allegedly trying to hide and take them to a different location.
मारा तो बुस्ती दे जाएगा नहीं मारी से तो देखन दुकान दे तामुन सामुन काटी गना थाका की भी मारी से और चा सा खाई गना बुही गना थाका की भी मारी से तीरू बुस्ती आसे ताते तीरू बुस्ती ओलप नपंचा आगोते आरो एकता बुस्ती निसेना आसे तो इतु ताते दुकान भी खोले की सब पाई ताते इनका पब्लिक भी ताते बिसी मानु थाके तो इतु जागाते जाएगा नाए पाब्लिक के बेसि मराई दिसे ताइखान माने यादे तो ताइखान खंग भी हबो पारे तो ना होली भी ताते जोआ पिछते की लगते खंग होइगना पाब्लिक लगते एनिका मारिसे।
27-year-old Ponai Konyak considers himself lucky to have survived the raining bullets fired by a personnel of Assam Rifles. He says that during the second incident, the army did not come to attack but to take the bodies of the coal miners away.
Naga harande tagan ro ido dead body ro atjun thagaro to duijun to tagan lui jaje to alag badigan to mane tagan kapra sapra khuli gena thalina lui jawle pura ro chukra gan do mane aise rukhi bi bise rukhane tagan jawle bise to ido ro chukra ekto mane agi de jaina park khuri dise tagala gari jawle dian तो इधर तन तक तभी ताकन पर कोई नहीं न जानी इना कुछ तो इधर पर इन्हें मैंने 3 बार मारी ना जना ऊपर डेड बॉडी ला ऊपर तो इधर पर तायर आए ना थुरी चाहिँ नरम भएछ त्यो खुलिन छ चाहिँ कोकैला चेहरा दिए itu tayan information do di dije ase agide marara hunaro itu ase takan de mari je ena guna information mane mondo takan attack rogona aha noy mane itu takalaga dead body lobo guna aha busti side par bi aije mane details do agide muri je guna jana nai ro na mane photai je ro saul gani to mohan bhabna goraro takan thuri rakhijni aro mikan ro mane inaga larai habaro takan de lokai disini ki thuri na mane takan de khujin kan hoti bole ena bhabna thagaro monde to ena guna aije to tikhi jaise takala dead body ro to information dije ena guna to mondo ifale babi aise tiru side babi mane itu dead body othao na to dead body othai na ekta naam aise to ekta wala naam abo warande direct firing kuri di
Nyawang Konyak, the BJP president of Mon District Unit, is also among the primary eyewitnesses. He clearly remembers the horrors he went through during the second incident.
Khaki dress lagai kine khara kora khan ki bi maribule ahi ase iman itu single mara bi noy to tar pura auto chalai ase to bike duita aro gypsy na ki ase rati ase bhalba na jane na ai kine to pura kun pai rasta se kun pai tu ke mari kine ahi ase dekhen ekta chaprai dolong ekta ase paina khan bana ekta dolong loha dolong etu par ku mari moi khara hoine pai ami ki pura marise to iso morom bra to ami ki to guri ekta bi lagane moi to laka na laga bi na jane to mixin change korande moi to chemstick mari kine polai jase polabi koine oile kiman polabo polai libi habi olam mande ruki jase moi thing do ki ba ho jase ya pola temte ama osote ekta phawkam koro mathat khara gukini public manu ase taila ke mosote thaka mata pura bhangai dise aro jaise phale to hala kuri kene honi ase duita aro amar driver ke mari kene thing bhangai dise aro didila bacha ki bi thing bhangai dise tate near 6 jun manu do ami laga osor pahe mari kene phelai dise accident kora laga aro coal mile osor to 1 kilometer nisna aro dur hobo 1 kilometer nisna distance asarbi mane tai khan tate gundukul hoa etu rasta te mari kene atha rasta kun pai etu ki bi mari kene aise to thing sing bhangai dia ki kuri kene ar aman to junction de rukhi kene dhaga police wichi aman ke mari je kwa asol to hoi kene tate 6 jun spot death kuri dise aro injuries kora to tate 7 jun 8 jun nisna hoise ena kuri kene tai khan do tate khara kuri kene dhaka gari hanjap kuri kene capture kuri kene tai khan ena porais Assam de.
The night did not end there. The bodies of those killed in both the incidents were yet to be found. The Konyak Union jumped into action right away. They wanted to bring all the bodies to Mon at the earliest.
By the time idu public ke moraise gola khoda aman Konyak Union ge pongjam it was already 10:30 p.m. तो ये कोन्या क्यूनन की गुरुशिया emergency meeting इधर office खोलिशिया खोलेगे ना इधर खोदा गुरुना केमांचन मुरिशिया dead body the montane भी ये postmortem करोबो इधर पीछे खोदा गुरु जाओ so the advisory board जमा गुरुना खोदा गुरुगे ना दरे DC and SPB yede Konyak Union office te madina anina parobaje ta public dishe aro yede khoda kora nishna dead body to ji hole bi yede monta anibo and postmortem will be done here to amhan ge information baro 6 of them were killed initially to by the time 10:30 the hona aro manu jama gura and decision making home it was already 12 midnight ho jese So a team of Konyak Union went to Oting village and it took nearly 2 hours from here. By the time we reached Oting village it was already 2:30 in the morning and the search was still on. ana tham de konyak union jaigena Oting village councils and leaders and Yamadina. Boishe, administration, police, and Konyak Union unit, this is branch. Can get do. Ido dead body do Otaina anebi. Konatan endorse kuina podai dishe. Aman Jaina council get request kurishe. Let us take all our dead brothers to mourn and post-mortem to the Kuruma. Koigena. The councils, Oting village councils, and agree with you. Police, administrations, and the Konyak Union team from Dizit, they went to the spot and then time right to dead body to Anisha. So we came back to mourn, and it was already 6:30 in the morning.
In a statement, the army said that the operation in Tiru was launched based on credible intelligence of likely movements of insurgents. After 13 civilians were killed, the army regretted the unfortunate loss of lives.
Henchek Konyak has been inconsolable since losing Kawang Konyak, her 21-year-old son, to the fateful evening of December 4. Kawang had left for work on December 1 and had told his family he would return by December 4. The sole breadwinner of the family, Kawang is now survived by his mother, father, grandmother, 2 younger brothers, wife, and a 4-month-old boy.
Ami mura test me dikhi puanai. Ita sabole bi paranai ta chehra bi sai puanai. Aru golda mura tal mura tu bi golde bi ananai. Gomeni phale thoi ken he ako booking kuri ke nai booking kura hekte ani se ami last kotha bi kobole para nai ta face bi ta chehra bi dikhi bole poa nai etu kana bahut duk ase bahut biya paisong ita mo laga lora tu lage yete itu gode baba buni bo kane ma khabang lage jinda yete khara kura bole yete dikhabe Ita nani bi ase ita api bi ase iman buri hoi gol ita kun hi paribo kun hi komai kine khwabo maki bacha kane
The December 4 incident left family members of the deceased and locals traumatized. Anguished over the killings, hundreds from Mon district gathered at the helipad in Mon on December 5 to mourn the death of 13 civilians. Later in the day, several locals went out to protest. Soon, the situation turned tense after army personnel allegedly opened fire when locals allegedly vandalized the camp. It claimed the life of another civilian. Leon Konyak, a resident of Chi village, was also among the protesters who had gone to the Assam Rifles camp in Mon to demand justice, but he never returned. He is survived by his parents, siblings, and a wife who is 5 months pregnant. With his death, the number of casualties in the Mon killing incidents increased to 14.
Tomoe Mon pekhado le army khan ba mane kila reason de mane public to morai dishe na aro moila mota do mane army khan lo te kila ga mane against patai bunduk loina jaisi na daw loina jaisi kila reason the army ba morai aro public te protect kurule rakhan hoy army aro police to na to army khan do kila reason de morai dishe to moila mota to le mane khorai dile phal na itu aro more aro moi mane khali no pregnancy ase to moila pacha pai si kule to moila pacha ba do mane papa kun gi matibo itu papa kun gi matibo itu ane to mane mota khorai dile mota jinda le khorai dile bishi bhal na to mon muila mon pekai saptero mane army khandole na mane Nagaland de na anile balase Nagaland bahe do army khando out kuri dile phalase
The government of Nagaland announced an ex gratia payment of rupees 5 lakh and the centre announced rupees 11 lakh along with government jobs to the families of those who lost their lives on December 4 and 5. But the family members of the victims and the people of Oting did not consider it justice. Locals of Oting refused any government compensation until the personnel involved are brought to justice. It was on June 30, 2021 that the Union Ministry of Home Affairs had extended AFSPA for 6 more months and declared the entire state of Nagaland as disturbed area. The killings have sent ripples across the entire northeast region with demands to repeal the Armed Forces Special Powers Act.
Today, posting an intervene hona iglo to ki hola dakhi. Loi jaigina face to bra blurred korigina uniform lagaigina imanjun captured hoise terrorist koina aji pustikan intervene korana gulo do someone could have achieved a medal, a calendar award. Aji since the Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958 per start koina aha kiman incidents hoise Nagaland de amana jaga de we have a story aman we are building a trust ajikale do a trust with the Indian military ekta line da ai da kishimon ekta line da ai gina ekdam peaceful coexistence to love one another to accept one another laga mute do swing kori thaka time de some few Indian armies just because of medals and all those calendar awards or whatever whichever awards military awards moina jani tan edo busti innocent public ke mari gina uniform lagai gina media de all over India dishi gulo do kimanchun promotion pabo kimanchun award pawla thakisha.
Anger and resentment for AFSPA was echoed by many others. Along with widespread condemnation, the civilian killings have brought the demand for repeal of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act from the Northeast region back to the forefront. The region witnessed several protests and candlelight marches. However, among political leaders, it has only been the chief ministers of Nagaland and Meghalaya who have raised the demand to revoke the Armed Forces Special Powers Act from the region so far.
हम लोग भी हमेशा गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से पूछता है ये कि ये रिमूव करो इसलिए हम हिंदुस्तान है बिगेस्ट डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड एंड दिस इज अ ड्रैकोनियन लॉ so it should be removed from our country. There can be many laws which can handle, but this is blackened the image of our country. That is my feeling.
In the last many years that the Armed Forces Special Power Act has been there, it has only been counterproductive, and there has been more unrest, and have had situations where a lot of precious lives have been lost, and people had to go through a lot of pain and suffering. So therefore, we're very clear in our stand that though the issues are there, and we need to address those issues, there are many other ways to address those issues. And Armed Forces Special Power Act definitely is not the way to address those issues.
However, unlike political leaders, activists and representatives from across the Northeast region have come forward to show resentment against AFSPA, which is often termed as the Draconian Act. Public anger and demand to repeal the act and the centre's involvement of the top decision-making chain also drew attention to an already tottering Naga peace process. The key Naga group negotiating with the center, NSC and IM, has termed December 4 as a black day for all Nagas, and it is likely that the killing of 14 innocent civilians will have an impact on the Naga peace process. EastMojo spoke to several experts from the Northeast region on this.
What I can tell you is no forces on earth are trained to kill or to slaughter a civilian. In fact, the responsibility or the duty of a soldier in any nation should be able to protect the civilians, should be able to protect its people. If those armed forces people act in such a manner, then I should say that the civilian should consider those armed forces as a terrorist, which is why we completely object. And ever since the introduction of the act, it's been almost 63 years from now where we have been fighting for. And at the moment, because of this very incident, the entire Nagas, particularly Nagas and the entire northeastern people have come together to fight against the government to repeal this act. And I'm sure all the people, not only the Nagas, but the entire regions are together at the moment. And we will continue to fight until and unless this is repealed.
So long as Armed Forces Special Powers Act is there, where you can just kill people with impunity, what is the meaning of peace? I mean, peace without justice is a hollow peace. It's what we call the negative peace, the peace of the graveyard. Graveyards are also very peaceful, but that is not what we are looking for. We are looking for positive peace, where people feel that justice is being done to them. People feel that they are being respected. People feel that their aspirations, hopes, rights are being respected. If we are trying to build positive peace, Armed Forces Special Powers Act has no place in a situation where people feel equal, people feel treated fairly and justly. Armed Forces Special Powers Act is such a symbol of oppression, an instrument of hatred, as Jeevan Reddy committee has described it. So long as Armed Forces Special Powers Act is there, and this very naked use of Armed Forces Special Powers Act to kill innocent people are there, I don't think it is possible to have any progress in the peace process. So I think this is bringing everything to, because the mood in Nagaland has changed substantially after voting. It will have very serious consequences in the peace process in the days to come.
Today, we are deeply hurt. We're deeply hurt because it also shows us that India is not a country to be trusted. Authorities up there in Delhi speak in two languages. They publicly talk about peace and the need for peace. And on the other side, they treat us like enemies and they're ready to kill us every other single day. I think India needs to understand that all of the Northeast are not armed groups. We have students, we have professionals, we have church leaders, we have public leaders, we have people, the youth, who are actually longing for peace and who are working for peace. And therefore, if this kind of policy of continuing decades-long act like the AFSPA, I think we will see serious repercussions. I, for one, am not going to appeal. I think it is our right to demand for the repeal of AFSPA. Thank you.
On December 6, an FIR was registered at the Tizit police station. Later in the day, the case was transferred to the State Crime Police Station and a 5-member special investigation team was formed under the supervision of Sandeep MT, the Additional Director General of Police, Law and Order. Now, there are also 2 survivors of the Oting incident who are key witnesses to the massacre. No media has been allowed to speak to them. All we know is that they are undergoing treatment at the Assam Medical College and Hospital in Dibrugarh.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.